Good morning, beloveds. So I will tell you that my kind and compassionate and loving thing that I did for myself this morning was I opted to bike ride instead of run. Because at 7 o'clock this morning, the feels like temperature was 90. And I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. So at least with biking, yeah, I came home a hot, sweaty mess. But it's, you make your own breeze. You make your own breeze. So that helped a lot. And, but yeah, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. We are in the dog days of summer, and we had a very wet, and so it stayed a little bit cooler for that part of the summer, and we have hit the heat. And I know where I live, and it's this time of year that makes me go, why do I live here? Do you see the memes where it's somebody and it's like, why do I live where the air hurts my face? Most of the time they're referring to cold, but when you think about it, why do I live where the air hurts my lungs at 7 o'clock in the morning? So that's why we have air conditioning, and we don't go out a whole lot during the summer. We stay indoors. All right, it is August 10th. The Bible quote, or the title is, I am victorious. And the Bible quote is, ye shall know them by their fruits. And that is Matthew 7:16. I have faith that God, the good, is all there really is. Always I am supported by the action of the good, the action of God. Problems are merely the acknowledgement of the power of evil. I now refuse to believe that any situation can confuse me, make me sick, or limit me. I either live in God or I live in nothing but material belief. I now choose to live in God, and immediately I renounce every thought of negation. I assume victory over my world, my body, and my finances. God in the midst of me is victorious over the doubts of my mind. Joyous accomplishment saturates my life, and victory is mine now. I let divine ideas work in me, for I know they are powerful and quick to accomplish their ends. They arrive in my consciousness equipped to demonstrate themselves, and I give them my loving attention. God's ideas functioning within me are my only source of power, wealth, health, and peace. Power, health, and peace. These alone make my life victorious and undaunted. I meet every hour of this day with a deep inner conviction that I am spiritually able to handle every situation with poise. Order prevails. Love is in control, and peace is the result. I face all problems with inspiration and an expectancy of handling them with ease. I know that from a center within me, I control the events around me. I am calm and victorious at the center, and therefore my world is calm and victorious at the circumference. Christ in me is my hope of glorious achievement, and around me all things work together for good. Inspired by divine mind, I act with wisdom in all matters. Enfolded in divine love, I handle all personalities with love and understanding. Undaunted by things and people, I am always in control of my life, and victory is forever mine. Today is the day of spiritual victory. All right. Wow. I had a thought at the beginning, and now I've forgotten it. So I will go back and see if I can. I'm sure that when I get back into it, I'll remember it. Okay, so early on in here, like literally the third line is, problems are merely acknowledgement of the power of evil. So when I read that, I was like, wow, that's kind of harsh, Ernest. Because we've all got them. But I think that's one of those things where it can be a mind flip or an attitude switch, where rather than looking at problems as problems, therefore something that, is trouble, then rather look at problems as opportunities, as something where you can stretch your creativity, stretch your and give yourself the opportunity to and that's one of the things that, rather than calling them problems, you call them opportunities. I think I just said that. Give yourself a chance to get out of the box, to really, stretch out into the divine mind and think of those creative solutions. And he says that further on in there about, I let divine ideas work for me. I know that they are powerful and quick to accomplish their ends, and they arrive in my consciousness equipped to demonstrate themselves. So it's like, don't think about problems as problems, think about them as opportunities to be creative. Do we all have problems we'd rather not have? Absolutely. And that's this one's another one where I'm going to remind you that this is meant to be done in your spiritual work. This is not necessarily something that you have to white knuckle hold on to all the time when you are dealing with your day-to-day, stuff. Now, the goal is, when you do your spiritual practice, to fill up on that kind of energy and carry it with you. But you can set it on the back burner, so it doesn't have to be on the front burner, up in your face. Because if you try that, especially, I'm going to air quotes, your first time out, then you are going to try and use your willpower to do that. And Ernest has said, you don't want to be using your willpower to do this. You want to be using God's willpower to do this. So, don't catch yourself in the middle of the day going, oh, I'm supposed to be doing this. Don't do that. Don't do that. Let yourself deal with your stuff in the normal way. When you go into your spiritual practices, when you dig into this and you really say this, and you state victorious, and then you take that energy and you put it on the back burner and you let it feed you through the day, so that occasionally it'll bubble up into your consciousness. And what will happen ideally is that all of a sudden you'll come up against a problem, and you're like, oh my God, what do I do? And then your subconscious will go, well, wait, we worked on this. You got this. And you'll just kind of get that little infusion of power, and that little creative idea will pop up, and you will take care of it. And it won't be any big deal. So if you see what I'm getting at, it's like you do the big work and you state it with all of the power, when you are in spiritual practice, and then you put that on the back burner. You don't have to, gung-ho into a problem that you have and, state within, it's like, God's got this, I'm victorious. You don't have to do that. What you do is you go in as you, and you let that little subconscious thread keep you on the level. And it says, we got this. We got this. You just take care of what you need to take care of. We got this. What you need will appear as you need it. So you don't have to, you don't have to make a big show of it. You do the big show in your spiritual work, and then you get on with your life the rest of the time. And you will get that little subconscious just below the level of conscious, so that it will pop up into your consciousness as needed. All right. That's my suggestion. Because sometimes when we read some of this, we go, I can't do that all the time. You don't have to do it all the time. You only do it during the spiritual practice. Okay. That's when you are clear and powerful, and you know, upright and straight and what have you. And then you set it on your back burner in your subconscious and you go about your day. And what that will do is when you come up against those problems, your subconscious will go, we got this. Don't worry. And you keep going, and then the little ideas will pop up and the little opportunities will pop up, and it won't set you off the rails. It won't set you off the rails. You could walk into the biggest mess and you don't immediately have to bow up on that mess. You don't have to bow up on that mess. Because what you'll do is you'll walk in and you'll go, I got this. And then you will take care of business. But it will be you with that thread of the creative power flowing through you, as opposed to you coming in like lightning. Now, occasionally, when you walk into a big mess, that's exactly what you need is lightning. And you can do that too. But 99% of the time, you just need to come in and take care of business. And so that's what this will do for you. You put it on your back burner and it will feed you all day. All right? So just, you do it for your spiritual practice and then you put it on the back burner and you let it simmer in your subconscious. And if anybody has cooked, you know what simmering does. It really infuses with flavor. But it never boils over. It's just this constant low heat. So that's what you're looking for. So when you read titles like I am victorious and you're like, I don't know that I can do it. You don't do it all the time. You do it in your spiritual practice. All right? And I think that's one of the things that I've learned over the year and a half that I've been doing this is that's what this is. It's like, it's that initial rush where you throw everything into the pot and you bring it up to that boil and you get it going and then you put it on the back burner and you go about your day. Microwave?
Yeah.
So, I am victorious. Ye shall know them by their fruits. Okay, well, so I use stew, but you can, stew fruit too. And that's Matthew 7:16. I have faith that God, the good, is all there really is, which is foundation of science of mind. Everything's made from God. So everywhere we look, God is. Always, I am supported by the action of good, the action of God. If God is all there is, then all of the action being taken is good. And then I do object to this line. Problems are merely the acknowledgement of the power of evil. So I think that's where I want to use that language flip. Because what we say evil is the misuse of that power, the misuse of law. So the power, think about it like electricity. It's neither good nor bad. It's the use you make of it. So you can use it for good and you can use it for evil. But it is not a power in and of evil is not a power in and of itself. It's called free will for a reason. I now refuse to believe that any situation could confuse me, make me sick, or limit me. I refuse to believe, even if I am initially confused, if I walk into a situation and I'm initially confused, then I know that it will get sorted in me very quickly. It's like, nope, that's a brief appearance. I got this. Same thing with the sick, same thing with the limit. I may walk into it and I may go, and then that subconscious will go, we got this. We got this. Either I live in God or I live in nothing but material belief. That's kind of a harsh, but do you believe in God or do you believe in God? Do you believe in spirit? Do you believe in the quantum realm? Do you believe in good? Or do you think that the material is all there is? It really is an either or statement. You can't, as they say it in the Bible bunches of times, you can't serve two masters. We function in the material world, but it is not our true reality. It is the experience that we are having now. I now choose to live in God, and immediately I renounce every thought of negation. So I'm making the choice. I live in God, and I'm going to let everything that isn't God go. And watch it turn back into the no thing that it is. I assume victory over my world, my body, and my finances. God in the midst of me is victorious over the doubts of my mind. The God in you will be victorious over the doubts. The God within you, the God that we carry right here all the time, will always be victorious over those doubts. So when you have doubts, that's where you go. You go there, you give them to God, and God's like, what is this? This is nothing. I got this. We got this. God in the joyous accomplishments saturate my life, and victory is mine now. There you go. You need a power statement. You want to wake up and say, if you've got a job interview or a project or whatever, then you say, joyous accomplishment saturates my life and victory is mine now. And you say it like you mean it. And you mean it. I let divine ideas work in me, for I know they are powerful and quick to accomplish their ideas. Divine ideas. It's the only way they can be. They arrive in my consciousness equipped to demonstrate themselves. And I give them my loving attention. So when that idea shows up, you gotta act on it. You got to. That's where your attention needs to go. Because where your attention is where your power is. God's idea functioning within me are my only source of power, health, and peace. These alone make my life victorious and undaunted. I meet every hour of this day with a deep inner conviction that I am spiritually able to handle every situation with poise. I am spiritually able to handle every situation with poise. Say that to yourself. Order prevails, love is in control, and peace is the result. So I face all problems with inspiration and an expectancy of handling them with ease. That's what I'm talking about the back burner. That's what I'm talking about the back burner. You do your work, you put your work on the back burner, and it will feed you all day long. I mean, you've read the stories of, when people don't have regular, they keep a pot of food that will cook all day, and then you can come in and you can get a bowl whenever you need it. That's what spiritual work does for you. It's there, you do it, so it feeds you all day long. All day long. I know that from a center within me, I control the events around me. I am from a center within me. Jesse calls it the place where nothing has ever been wrong. I call it the place where we meet unfiltered God. From a center within me, I control all the events around me. I am calm and victorious at that center, and therefore my world is calm and victorious at the circumference. If this is peaceful, this will be peaceful. If this is peaceful, even if this is not peaceful, I will still be peaceful, and that peace will radiate from me out into my circumference. It has no choice but to become peaceful, because my environment will match me. Your environment will match you. So if you walk into an environment that's calm and peaceful and you are not, then that environment will cease to be. You walk into a chaotic environment and you are peaceful, the environment will seek to match you. Christ in me is my hope of glorious achievement, and around me all things work together for good. Inspired by divine mind, I act with wisdom in all matters. Inspired by divine mind, I act with wisdom in all matters. If we need wisdom, where do we go? We go to the divine mind, which we have access to by virtue of who we are. We are beloved children of God. Enfolded in divine love, I handle all personalities with love and understanding. I need to say that to myself occasionally. Undaunted by things and people, I am always in control of my life, and victory is forever mine. Today is the day of spiritual victory. All right, so our mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to meet every hour of this day with the deep inner conviction that we are spiritually able to handle every situation with poise. Spiritually able. That's it. We are spiritually able. We don't have to necessarily be physically able to meet every situation, because if we are spiritually able, then the physicality that we need will arrive. Meaning, if we need help, it will show up. All right, that's the mission. That is the mission, to know. To know. We are spiritually capable. We are spiritually capable because we are beloved children of God in whom God is well pleased. The mind that we use is the same mind that created the stars, the universe, the mountains, and the ocean. It means that every possibility is available to us. It's up to us. All right, beloveds. As always, I do encourage you to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself, whatever that looks like. As I told you at the start of this, mine was, I looked at the feels like and went, I'm not doing this. I didn't want to give up my exercise, so I opted for one that would be cooler and easier on my body. So it's Tuesday. I still have 4 days of work to do. I needed to do what I needed to do to take care of myself, and that was what my option was. So you can still find amazing ways to engage your mind and your body and get that face full of sun without killing yourself in the heat. So please do. Please take care of yourself. Please drink plenty of water. Please be aware that we will likely be, in our area, will likely be under heat advisory again. So do what you need to do. All right? Let that divine wisdom guide you. Know that those ideas are going to come with their demonstrations already ready. All you got to do is give them your loving attention. That's it. All right, beloveds. We're kind of in the dog days of summer. I'm not sure what's happening. I think we're just kind of in between. I know everybody's getting ready to go back to school, so that's, if you got a kid getting ready to go back to school, or you are a teacher getting ready to go back to school, Spirit be with you. Spirit be with you. All right, beloveds. Whatever else you do, please open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you you do live in heaven now. It's all around you. It merely awaits the opening of your eyes and your heart to see it. So take care of yourself. Do what you need to do to make it a wonderful day. And know that Reverend David will be on Facebook Live around 5 p.m. with you. I'll be back with you at 9 a.m. And do what you need to do to make it a great day, a wonderful day, a fantastic day. And if that's too much pressure, a good day or simply a day. You're a beloved child of God. So know that you're loved. All right? And I will see you tomorrow. But you always have the option of checking us out on the Creative Life Spiritual Center YouTube channel or the Running Rev Ryan YouTube channel, which is me. All right, beloveds, even though I'm going to take a couple weeks off of running and bike for a little bit, I'm going to be the biking Rev for a couple of weeks so that I can keep running. Have a wonderful day.